What if I told you the average person wastes over $500 a year just from bad budgeting decisions? Not because they're careless, but because they're doing it the old way. Spreadsheets, sticky notes, guesswork. And meanwhile, there's a tool sitting on your phone right now that could fix this in minutes a day. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to use AI budgeting tools so you can stop guessing where your money goes and start controlling it. Hey, I'm Isaac, and if you've ever opened your banking app and thought, where did all my money go? This video is for you. AI budgeting tools aren't just fancy calculators. They track your spending in real time, spot patterns you'd never catch on your own, and literally tell you where to cut back. Before you overspend, not after. Let's break down exactly how to set one up and how to actually use it like a pro. But wait, the most important part is still coming. Stick around till the end, because I'm about to show you one AI budgeting trick almost nobody uses, and it could completely change the way you save money. So don't skip this, or you might miss out on saving over $100 every single month. Alright, let's start with step 1. And honestly, this is the step most people rush through, and that's exactly why their budgeting app ends up deleted within a week. Choosing the right AI budgeting tool. Now, I get it. You open the App Store, you search budgeting app, and suddenly you're staring at 50 different options, all promising to fix your finances, all with 5-star ratings, all looking basically the same. So how do you actually pick the right one? Here's the truth nobody tells you. There is no best budgeting app. There's only the best app for what you actually need. Think about it like this. You wouldn't buy a giant work truck if all you need is something to drive to the grocery store, right? Same logic applies here. Before you download anything, ask yourself one simple question: what am I actually trying to fix? If your biggest problem is you genuinely don't know where your money disappears to every month, you need a tool that's strong on expense tracking, something that automatically pulls in your transactions and shows you, in plain language, hey, you spent $340 on food delivery this month. Not a spreadsheet, not a guess, a clear picture. But maybe tracking isn't your issue. Maybe you already know where your money goes, you just can't seem to save any of it. In that case, you want a tool built around savings goals. Something that can automatically set aside money, round up purchases, or nudge you every time you're close to hitting a target, like saving $1,000 for an emergency fund. And then there's a third type of person. Someone who's past the basics and wants their money actually growing, not just sitting there. For that, you'd want a tool that blends budgeting with investment insights, showing you how small spending changes today could turn into real wealth down the road. Here's a simple example. Let's say 2 people download the exact same top-rated budgeting app. Person A just wants to stop overspending on takeout. Person B wants to invest smarter. If that app is built purely for expense tracking, Person A is going to love it. But Person B is going to feel like something's missing, and within 2 weeks, they'll abandon it completely. That's not the app failing. That's the wrong match from the start. So before you install anything, take 30 seconds, literally 30 seconds, and ask yourself, am I trying to track spending, build savings, or grow my money? Once you know that answer, choosing the tool becomes almost effortless. And one more thing. Always check that the app can securely sync with your actual bank accounts and cards. Because an AI tool is only as smart as the data it's working with. If it's not seeing your real transactions in real time, it's just guessing, and we don't want guessing anymore. We want clarity. Get this first step right, and everything else in this process becomes 10 times easier. Okay, now that you've picked the right tool for you, here's step 2, and this is the part that makes people a little nervous. Linking your accounts. I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, you want me to connect my actual bank account to an app? Is that even safe? And honestly, that's a smart question to ask. You should never just blindly link your financial life to something without understanding what's happening behind the scenes. So let's clear this up in plain, simple terms. When you link your bank account or credit card to a legitimate AI budgeting tool, you're not handing over your password to some random stranger. These apps use what's called bank-level encryption, the same type of security your actual bank uses. Most of them don't even store your login details themselves. They use secure third-party connections that banks have already approved and trust. So think of it less like handing someone your house keys and more like giving a guard a one-way security badge that only lets them see activity, not touch or move your money. Now here's why this step actually matters, and this is the part most people underestimate. Once your accounts are linked, the AI stops guessing and starts working with real, live data. Every coffee run, every subscription charge, every grocery trip. It all flows in automatically, in real time. No more manually typing in expenses at the end of the week and forgetting half of them. No more "wait, I forgot I paid for that gym membership." The app sees it the moment it happens. Let me give you a simple, real example. Imagine you have a checking account, one credit card, and a subscription service you totally forgot you were still paying for. Let's say $15 a month for an app you haven't opened in 6 months. The moment you link your accounts, that AI tool spots it instantly and flags it, "Hey, you've spent $90 over the last 6 months on something you're not using." That's real money found in seconds, just from linking your accounts properly. Here's my advice. Start by linking the accounts you use most often. Your main checking account and your primary card. You don't have to connect everything on day one. Ease into it. Once you're comfortable and you start seeing the value, you can add savings accounts, secondary cards, even loan accounts, so the AI has the full picture of your financial life. And one more friendly reminder. Always download these tools from official app stores and double-check you're using a well-known, reputable platform. Not some random app with 2 reviews and a suspicious name. A little bit of caution here goes a long way. Once your accounts are securely linked, that's when the real magic starts happening. You're no longer manually chasing your money. It's coming straight to you. Automatically, accurately, and in real time. Here's the old way of doing things. And if you've ever tried it, you know exactly how painful it is. You sit down at the end of the month with a notebook, or maybe a spreadsheet, and you try to remember, okay, was that $40 I spent at the store groceries? Or was some of that household stuff? You're basically playing detective with your own life. It's exhausting, it's inaccurate, and let's be honest. Most people give up after week 2. Now here's what happens once the AI takes over. The second a transaction hits your account, it doesn't just show up as a random number. The AI automatically reads it, recognizes the merchant, and sorts it into a category for you. Groceries, dining out, transportation, subscriptions, entertainment, all of it done instantly, without you lifting a finger. Let's make this real. Say you grab coffee on Monday, order dinner delivery on Wednesday, and pay your streaming subscription on Friday. Instead of that just looking like 3 random charges in your bank app, the AI organizes it clearly: $6 under dining, $28 under food delivery, and $15 under subscriptions. Now, instead of guessing where your money went, you're looking at an actual breakdown, in plain English. And here's where it gets really powerful. Once you see your spending broken down like this, patterns start jumping out at you that you never noticed before. Maybe you had no idea you were spending $200 a month on food delivery apps alone. Maybe your small, daily coffee habit is quietly adding up to $90 a month. This is the moment where budgeting stops being abstract and starts becoming real. Because now you're not just seeing numbers, you're seeing your actual habits laid out in front of you. This is honestly the step that creates the biggest wake-up call moment for most people. I've seen it so many times. Someone links their account, lets the AI categorize a month of spending, and their reaction is always some version of, "Wait, I spend how much on that?" And that reaction, that's not a bad thing. That's the beginning of real change, because you can't fix what you can't see clearly. Now, a quick practical tip. Every once in a while, double-check the categories the AI creates. Sometimes it might file something under the wrong label, like putting a pharmacy run under shopping, instead of health. Most apps let you correct it with one tap, and the more you do that, the smarter and more accurate the AI gets over time. So once your spending is neatly categorized like this, you're no longer flying blind. You finally have a clear, honest map of exactly where every dollar is going. And that map is what makes the next steps of budgeting so much easier. Now, here's where most people mess this up when they try to do it the old-fashioned way. They sit down, they pull a random number out of thin air, and they say, "Okay, I'm only spending $200 on food this month." Sounds great in theory. But 3 weeks later, they're already at $250, completely stressed out, and ready to give up on budgeting altogether. Sound familiar? Here's the problem. That number wasn't based on anything real. It wasn't based on your actual income, your actual habits, or your actual life. It was just a guess, and guessing is exactly what gets people stuck in that frustrating cycle of starting a budget, failing, and quitting. This is where AI completely changes the game. Instead of you pulling numbers out of nowhere, the AI looks at your real spending history. the actual data from the last few weeks or months. And it suggests limits that are realistic for your life, not some generic advice from a finance blog. Not a number that worked for someone else, a number built around how you actually live. Let me give you an example. Let's say the AI looks at your last 2 months and notices you consistently spend around $320 a month on groceries, instead of randomly telling you to slash that down to $150, which, let's be honest, probably isn't happening. A smart AI tool might suggest a realistic target like $280. Small, doable, sustainable. That's the difference between a budget that actually works and one that collapses in a week. And this is important. Smart budgeting isn't about extreme restriction. It's about small, consistent adjustments that you can actually stick to. The AI isn't there to punish you for enjoying your life. It's there to gently guide you toward better habits, one realistic step at a time. Here's another practical example. Say your income is $3,000 a month, and the AI notices your fixed expenses, rent, bills, subscriptions, take up about $1,800. Based on that, it can suggest healthy limits for the rest of your spending categories, so you're not accidentally overcommitting money you don't actually have. It's doing the math you never really want to sit down and do yourself. And here's the best part. These limits aren't set in stone. As your habits change, as your income changes, the AI adjusts right along with you. It's not a rigid rulebook. It's more like a financial coach that's constantly recalibrating based on your real life. So instead of white-knuckling your way through unrealistic restrictions, you're working with limits that are actually built for you, which means you're far more likely to stick with them month after month, without feeling like budgeting is some kind of punishment. Here's the old way most of us grew up handling money. You spend throughout the month, you don't really think about it, and then, boom, you check your account and you're already overdrawn, or you're staring at a balance that's way lower than you expected. And by then, it's too late. The damage is already done. You're not fixing anything anymore, you're just reacting. This is exactly the problem AI budgeting tools were built to solve. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to tell you what already happened, these tools use predictive alerts to warn you before things go wrong. Think of it less like a report card and more like a check engine light for your money. It's not just showing you data, it's warning you, in real time, before a small issue turns into a real problem. Let me paint a picture. Let's say it's the 18th of the month, and based on your spending pace so far, the AI calculates that if you keep going at this rate, you're going to run about $120 short before your next paycheck hits. Instead of finding that out the hard way, like getting hit with an overdraft fee, your app sends you a simple notification: hey, at your current pace, you might run low before your next deposit. Consider slowing down on non-essential spending. That's it. Simple, clear, and early enough that you can actually do something about it. This is the real power of AI here. It's not just tracking your past, it's forecasting your future based on your actual habits. It's looking at patterns like how often you get paid, how you tend to spend in the first 2 weeks versus the last 2 weeks, and even seasonal habits, like spending more around holidays. Here's another example. Let's say you've got a subscription renewing for $45 in 3 days, but your predicted balance is already tight. Instead of letting that charge blindside you, the app flags it ahead of time. That's the difference between calmly adjusting your spending for a few days versus scrambling to cover an unexpected charge. And honestly, this is where budgeting starts to feel less stressful and more like having a financial safety net. You're not white-knuckling it, hoping everything works out. You've got a system quietly watching your back, nudging you at exactly the right moments. The real win here isn't just avoiding fees. It's peace of mind. Knowing that something is watching the road ahead for you means you can actually relax a little, instead of constantly worrying if you're about to slip up. And that shift, from reacting to your money to actually staying ahead of it, that's when budgeting finally starts to feel less like a chore and more like control. Here's the thing most people don't realize about budgeting apps. Linking your accounts, letting the AI categorize your spending, setting smart limits, getting alerts, all of that is amazing. But if you never actually sit down and look at what the app is telling you, it's kind of like hiring a personal trainer and never checking the workout plan they give you. All that effort, just sitting there unused. So here's what I want you to do. Once a week, just 5 minutes, that's it, pull up your app's weekly summary. Now, what are you actually looking for? You're looking for patterns. Not just numbers, patterns. Because a single expense doesn't tell you much, but a pattern. That's where the real insight is. Let me give you an example. Let's say your weekly report shows you spent $60 on food delivery this week. On its own, that might not seem like a big deal. But now imagine you checked the week before, also $60, and the week before that, $65. Suddenly, that's not a one-time thing anymore. That's a pattern worth around $240 a month, just quietly happening in the background without you really noticing. This is exactly what these weekly check-ins are designed to catch. They take all that data the AI has been collecting all week. Every transaction, every category, every little swipe of your card, and they turn it into a simple, digestible summary. Instead of drowning in numbers, you get a clear story. Here's where your money went, here's what changed from last week, here's where you're improving, and here's where you might be slipping. And here's something really motivating. These reports don't just point out problems, they also show your wins. Maybe last week you spent $30 less on takeout than the week before. That's real, measurable progress, and seeing it laid out like that is honestly one of the best motivators to keep going. It turns budgeting from this vague, stressful idea into something you can actually see improving week after week. Here's my advice. Treat this like a 5-minute Sunday ritual. Grab a coffee, open the app, glance at your weekly insights. Ask yourself one simple question: is this pattern moving me toward my goals or away from them? That's it. You don't need to overanalyze it, because here's the real truth about budgeting. It's not about being perfect for one day. It's about these small, consistent check-ins, week after week, that quietly compound into real financial change. And that, right there, is how you turn a budgeting app from just another download on your phone into the tool that actually transforms the way you handle your money.